What's up, guys? We are back with another YouTube
video, guys, where I drink coffee and we chat about all things. And we're just really deep in, I don't know why my eyes were shut, but we're really deep in our relationship chats. Maybe because it's February, I don't know. Patrick, what are we talking about today?
Well, today we are going to keep it a little, we're going to dig a little deeper today. Dig a little deeper in relationships and what we feel like is one of the foundational parts of any good relationship that gets.
And we all want good relationships, right?
Everyone wants.
We want to be in one. We want good friendships. We want good marriages. Yeah. We want healthy. If you're dating, you want to have something that feels trustworthy, that is going towards marriage. But what is trust?
She said trustworthy. That's what we're talking about today.
Being trustworthy?
Yes.
What is being trustworthy? What is trust?
Actually, we're talking about building that trust. Because you need to build it, and you need to build it often and in all your relationships. This is something for married folks, single folks, folks trying to make more friends, looking for community. You need that trust. And I think
trust.
Someone told me one time, trust can be lost by the bucket loads, but it can only be rebuilt by the droplets. So it's easy to lose it, but it's hard to rebuild it. I feel like in relationships, trust is something that should be really cherished and nurtured and not just squandered willy-nilly.
Exactly. And I just think back in my life, I have not been perfect in trust. Sometimes you don't even really know what trust is, and that's where I come in to tell you what trust even is. Why is this important? Trust is a firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone. Boom. And why do we even want trust? I heard the other day that building trust is kind of a form of consistency. And even you see here a reliability. So when someone continuously shows you the good side, the healthy part of a relationship, you're actually building a trust with someone. They are consistent in their character. They're consistent in the way they love. They're maybe consistent in how they show up for you, if they're available. And there's a million ways we can break trust, especially in dating and in marriage.
I was clearing my throat. Allergies.
I got so off.
Just clearing my throat.
Yeah, when you really think about it, it's like, what do I desire most from a guy? And if we're going to go in the romantic part of it, it's I want him to be trustworthy. I don't want no shady dating. I don't want
You want him to be, if he say he's going to Walmart,
you
better be at Walmart. We're not tracking. I'm going to find you at Walmart. It's like letting your words, meaning what you say and saying what you mean kind of thing. Like knowing that if I tell Jacqueline, hey, I'm going to go to the shoe store real fast and look at these shoes, she knows and trusts that I'm going to the shoe store. Like she doesn't have thoughts that, he's trying to go somewhere else and off, doing some shady stuff.
Why after 10 years of knowing you am I so confident of your word?
Because I have a proven track record of being trustworthy. Like what I say I'm doing. Like there's no.
And when I stalk you on the phone,
she does have a tracker. She really does have a tracker on my phone. She signed for that tracker thing on my phone, but I never did to her.
No, you do have me. We're connected.
I have it, but I've never looked at it. I've actually never opened it.
That's the thing. You trust me too much.
Yeah, I trust you too much.
I want to be a little mysterious. Well, I'm not going to Trader Joe's. I'm going to.
You better be a Trader Joe and you go somewhere else, and you can say you're going somewhere else. And even the trust factor that we have too is if she says she's going to Trader Joe's, I know she's going to Trader Joe's, but she might make 3 other stops too. But I know she's stopping somewhere else. It's not a big deal. She's stopping somewhere else and handling some business she needs to handle and getting some things that she needs. But I trust her in that too. And I feel like we have that level of trust.
But how did you ever feel like you had a problem trusting me?
No, I never felt I had a problem trusting you. You know why? Because
But
I'm like,
why? How do I
because
don't
in
know
our
you.
dating process,
When we start dating, you don't know me. How do you just all of a sudden trust me?
Well, you start. That's when you start asking those questions. That's when you start looking and keeping your eyes open. First of all, you gotta keep the optics going. You better look around and see in those early initial phases if this person's about it or not, or they about what they say they're doing or not. Because some guys are trying on the sneak to say I'm just home here. Next thing you know, they're at the club, they're at somewhere else, doing something they said they wasn't doing to you. So it's lying
can break.
Oh yeah, lying
trust.
Of course, lying hurts your trust bridge that you're trying to build together.
Exactly.
Every time you don't stick with your words or do what you say or say what you mean, kind of thing, your words lose weight. And the more weight your words lose, the less trust that can be attached to your words.
That is so good in all of our relationships.
Yeah.
So with our kids, we have a saying around here that has just kind of stuck, which is let your yes be yes and your no be no, which is in the Word of God. Yeah. There is a verse, I don't know it exactly, but it's with confidence, say yes, I would like that. With no, I shall not do that.
If it's a no, it's a no.
Just share what's from your heart, even if it's I don't want to. Just let it be no, but don't be double-minded. Yeah. And I think in relationships we get caught in sometimes relationships that we know we shouldn't even be in. Yeah. Maybe you're not supposed to be dating that person. Maybe it's a friendship that is super unhealthy, and so we kind of people please the situation, and we're like, sure, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. And then the minute you hang up the phone, it's like, gosh, why did I say yes? And even like when you're dating, it's like, am I going to show up for you when I say I am? Like,
I'll even give them an example of us early dating, right? So there's a funny quick story. There was like a Spartan race that if you don't know what a Spartan race is, you know what a Spartan race is? It's like you're running it's like a 5K, 3 miles or so in mud. You're running in mud, you're doing all these obstacles, all that stuff. We were dating, when you're dating, you're trying to find extra ways to hang with each other. It's like, let's do the Spartan race. We mentioned, it's like, we're gonna do it. Now, keep in mind, me being the guy I am, I'm not a guy that want to really be running in mud, getting my shoes dirty. I'm a sneakerhead. That's a no-no. Jacqueline, she's not the type to be running around getting muddy and in the cold air. It was like February at the time in Texas. We were like, it's cold outside, and we were just trying to really do something to look together, but at the same time trying to like impress each other. And we get to the day before the race, right? Guys, the battery died. Which is the second time this has happened. Seriously, we'll get better though. We'll get better. So we get to this day, and we're like, do we really want to do this Spartan race? We're texting each other or talking on the phone. I can't remember which one it was. Then we both were like, no, let's just hang out in some different way that's more us and more authentic. And even in that one moment, we both came to that point like, you don't have to do nothing that's not authentically us.
Yes.
And that started to build a trust in us too. It's like, okay, well, everything we do, everything we say, everything we choose to hang out is something that we're actually interested in doing. We're not doing it to try to impress. We're doing it because that's just who we are. That's just something we're interested in.
Yes.
So I'm getting to know her for just the things that she's interested in, and she's getting to know my interests, and it kind of like got rid of that layer of I need to impress this person. Go out and impress. Yes. We're just being ourselves, and in being ourselves.
And by being truthful in that moment, like, yo, I ain't qualified to be splashing in the mud for 40 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to appear like this super athletic girl who would just been doing triathlons in my spare time, but
and of course I'd have did it. If we had to do it, I would have gone through and done it well too.
Terrified, and I was the one that had to break the news. This isn't actually me. I just wanted to spend time with you, and we were like, we can find other ways
we can do it
to go hang out.
So. I was thinking like, well, if I get all muddy, how am I getting home? I'm not going in my car with all this mud. I'm like, it's just
knowing Frederick, guys, if you like knowing him today, I know how much he was doing it just to be with me.
Yeah.
Because this guy doesn't like any outdoor activities.
No, I like some outdoor activities. activities. Like I'm not a
You're not choosing,
lumberjack.
Well,
I'm not a lumberjack. You know, I'm not.
Some would say.
Some would say. I got the beard, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I wear flannel once in a while.
He doesn't
That's all
like
I
to
got.
sweat, which is another story about our honeymoon, which is.
No, I don't like to sweat.
This is
unless,
really off topic.
Yeah, this is not.
This is
I don't
off
like
topic.
to sweat
But on our honeymoon,
unless I'm
on
doing
our
a physical
honeymoon-
activity like a sport. If I'm playing a sport, I will
That's
sweat
story
with the
later.
best of them. But that's another story. for another
Anyways,
time.
we were talking about trust.
Yeah.
So what just popped in my spirit right now was thinking about ways to really build trust with each other, especially if
Yes.
you're dating.
I wrote
And
some
don't be, okay, you don't need to give all your personal, deep information on date 1, 2, 3. But as time goes on and you're feeling the relationship becoming more serious, and you have anything like hidden
Yeah.
and back that might be revealed, it's time to share it. So
Yeah.
I remember Frederick and I had some parts of my past that I was really nervous to share with him because one, I'm getting to know him. We hadn't really
Yeah.
talked about that stuff yet.
Nothing crazy.
And I'm thinking Frederick is like cream of the crop, like
I don't know why.
just
Why would you think
a
that?
rare gem that's never been touched.
Why would you think that?
I just did. So
Don't let the face
I
fool you.
thought, oh my gosh, like he's also been searching for this girl that has
Yeah.
saved herself and all these things. And, you know, I am sanctified by the blood of Jesus. But in other ways, like I had to reveal.
Yeah, you had a pass.
I had a past.
You had to
and
talk about
I had
it.
to talk about it. And I
But
was
you trusted
like,
me
you know
enough
what?
to even bring that up, though.
One, I did trust
Yeah,
you.
you didn't bring that up.
But then I was like, if I want this to go forward, I want him to trust me and I want him to know every part. And that continued on
Yeah.
even into marriage.
That
The
still
Holy Spirit
continues
would
on.
bring up something and it's
Yeah.
like, you need to share this with him. So don't think it just all goes away once you get married.
Yeah.
It's a constant
That's
trust
really
is
just the
building.
beginning,
It's
though.
just the beginning.
That's just the beginning because every day, once you're married, you say, I want to commit to each other, is a commitment to continue to build that trust and to
Yes.
guard that trust and
Yes.
to not do dumb stuff to chip away at that trust foundation. I feel like trust, like I said earlier, trust is the foundation of any relationship.
Yeah.
If you don't have trust, you cannot have a relationship. I feel like that's
Oh my gosh.
so necessary.
You actually can't.
Like if I don't trust you, we ain't gonna be friends.
No.
I can't be friends with someone
No.
I can't trust. Like I'm not coming, like scripture says, like be mindful of who you bring your pearls to.
Yes.
Because some people can't handle it. Some people have
Because you
ulterior
know
motives.
that feeling
Yeah.
when you're going to share something with someone.
Yep.
You guys know this feeling, and you're like, it's kind of that check. Like I don't really know if they're going to
Yeah.
be able to care for what I'm about
Nah.
to
They're gonna,
share with
They're gonna try to
them.
break my pearl. They're gonna try to
They're-
stomp all over it.
Yeah, they're going.
But no, I actually, this reminded me because you were saying some stuff like talking about stuff and being open and honest with each other, which hot, open, and transparent. We're hot with each other. We always say that.
But it's good because you did say you have to trust the person before you even get to that
Yes.
level.
You have to trust them before you get there. But I actually wrote down some steps for building
Frederick
trust.
Bow wrote
I
some notes
wrote-
for this.
I captured some notes
He
down. I didn't
really,
actually
you
write
really
them.
care about
I
this
didn't write 'em.
topic.
Trust is
Look
huge.
at
I'm telling you,
you.
trust is key. So, I mean, one of the things we already talked about is being open and willing to work on the relationship together.
Yes.
Like for trust to happen, trust is a two-way thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one person. I can't trust you, but you don't trust me.
Yeah.
That relationship is not going to
Oh,
grow.
it's
It's not
done.
going to go deep. It's not going to. It's not
We
going to
have
soar.
put our walls up.
Yep, you already got the walls.
We don't have.
That's it. Y'all ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That
Something
relationship's
has
done.
happened that you broke my trust.
Yep, and you have to rebuild it. I think, like we did, we mentioned is like trust comes to by building positive experiences with each other, creating those moments with your friend or with your family or with kids or with
That's safe.
Yes.
That's healthy.
and then you can trust each other in that. I'm not saying like go skydiving or nothing. I mean, or
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can do that. I mean, that's another way. But I mean, just like look for moments with
Yes.
each other that you can build trust. And even if you're rebuilding trust, you have to create even more of those moments if you have done something to lose that trust.
Yeah.
It's not that you can't build it. It's just going to take work. You have to be willing to work at it and put in the necessary time and effort to show that other person that, hey, I know what I did, but I really want to make this right.
Yeah.
and be okay with the amount of time that's going to take too. That's going to take time to really rebuild that. We want things right away, but it's going to take time to get that back to where it's going to go. And a lot of people want to rush that process of rebuilding trust. Like they hurt you, they said something, they lost trust, and they expect you to go back to being best friends or as close as you are the next day. Just because they said sorry or apologized.
Yes.
I feel like you go to say something.
No, I just think that's so good because I think it takes time to build trust in a new relationship, and it takes time to build trust when it's been broken.
Yeah.
And we have to give people time and space to trust us and for us to trust them. And it is done with taking the initiative and showing up the way you say you're going to show up. Yeah. Words love to be flown around. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm at this place in my life, I don't know what it is, but the like, love you, girl. I love you so much. Love you like it says. But like your actions.
Like, do you really love me though? Use this word, but do you love me?
Your actions, there's no action behind it.
Well, that was my other step.
Oh, it was? Okay.
My other step, which is keep and follow through on commitments that you make. Like, that's a big trust builder. If you aren't going to follow through, you're going to be flaky on let's hang out.
That's the quickest way to break trust with me.
Oh, my goodness. That's trust gone. Because if you can't even keep your word saying, I'm going to show up here, or let's go do this, let's hang out here, or let's go to the movies, or if you're going on a date and the guy says, hey, let's go on a date, and 2 different times he change it up, like the hour before you're supposed to be going on this date, and he just cancels 2 times in a row. Man, let that guy go, because he ain't got no. Do not trust that guy. Do not trust. That's what I'm saying. You got to snip him. There's better guys.
Snip him. Where are we snipping him?
Oh, no snipping. Please don't snip him. But just
he would like to have children.
Yeah. Just X him out, guys. Like he's not worth the time because he's not committed. So I'm like, your trust, and that's part of saying what you mean what you say. But commitments commitments are key. Honor your commitments. I think that is a good way to build trust with someone. I'm sure if I canceled on Jacqueline our initial dating or our initial hangs, maybe once or twice, I think she wouldn't even give me a 3rd try. You think would you have?
No, because
she didn't even think about it.
Y'all, and there are some ladies out there. We just know. Just know. I was at the place in my life. I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
First of all, I just found my high school, college diaries.
Oh gosh, she really did.
Like 2 days ago, I didn't even know I had them, and I'm revisiting these in the last couple of days.
She's been processing these for a while, guys, and you know that to hear about every one of these stories.
Hey, listen to this. November 1st, 2001.
But you know what? I just said this is an opportunity for me to build some more trust. So I listened. I'm like, yeah.
He didn't care. He could care less. Like NFL honors award show while I'm reading. Anyways, the point is that I am like, wow, I had no trust in guys because of the people I was around. Yeah. I don't even know where I was going with this, but the point was,
but they weren't trustworthy.
Yeah, I'm not someone who's just always been around these great men and like, my gosh, these were like dogs. And I wrote about them and I wrote about my experiences, and by the grace of God, by Jesus Christ himself, he showed me what trust looks like, what love looks like, what commitment looks like, what consistency looks like, and that's only because of a relationship with Jesus. Side tangent. By the time I met Frederick, I knew what I was looking for. So yes, I endured years of relationships with the guys who wouldn't show up, blocked their phone, did all the things, made you feel like a crazy person, but you were really the crazy one. So by the time I got to Frederick, he showed me what a guy was supposed to be, but in my heart I was already settled with what I was waiting for. Yeah. And so maybe I would have.
Did you would have?
Maybe I would, but I don't think so.
I wasn't about to take that chance.
Also where we met.
Yeah.
We met in church. I'm like, you're showing up at church, you're volunteering, your word should be clear with me.
Yeah, and just because I was showing up at church and volunteering, there's people that show up and volunteer at church that's still not good people that don't have the right hearts. You You gotta just check that person's
Check
heart.
it. Do you have any more
I did have
points?
one
Okay.
more big point, and I think this is one of the big ones too. Building trust, you have to just be consistent.
Oh, I love that.
Your consistency is necessary to
Yep.
continue to build trust. If you are consistently proving over and over and over that you are trustworthy and you are a person worthy of trusting, then that helps your any relationship to grow, whether you're married, dating, that is necessary. Just the consistency.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't change once you get in a relationship. It should really continue, as consistency means. Like, you keep doing it over and over again. You keep showing up to be trustworthy, and you keep going. So
Because I don't think trustworthiness, we should never demand perfection from people.
No.
Ever. That is not what trusting someone is. So consistently showing up in our weaknesses and our failures, but trying goes a lot further than loose words.
Yes.
And I think we're just living in a generation of loose words. Everyone wants to say the word, patch it up with a Band-Aid, and think we'll be fine. But if there's no intentional working towards creating a better relationship or showing that person, I'm not just apologizing, I want to be better.
For sure.
And so I love what you're saying about consistency.
Yeah, and your fruit.
And your
judging that fruit. You still gotta expect the fruits. I just feel like trust is something that we are so quick to squander in relationships. And just not even unknowingly, and sometimes knowingly. I feel like people just knowingly just I don't care. I don't care.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
You're gonna follow me, you're gonna like me, you're gonna love me, I can do and say what I want. And the thing is, we do enable that, don't we?
We do.
We enable people to do and act what they want, and then get mad when we're treated a way that we're don't like to be treated. This was just a topic on Frederick's heart and ours. And just as you go in this year to be that person, be a trustworthy person in all areas of your life,
in all relationships. Keep building on that trust. And as you build, the more trust you can build, the deeper your relationship would go. So if you're in a relationship that you're struggling with the depth of it, or wish that it can go deeper, whether a dating relationship or relationship with a spouse or a family member, and you want to go deeper, just try to build that trust. And that will help it to go deeper, because the more you trust someone, the more you feel like you can let them in, the more the person will let you in, and so it's a hand-in-hand relationship.
Yes. And the more of a safe space you become, the closer you get to the Lord, the more healing you do in your own life, you become a safe space.
Yeah.
You become a trustworthy person. It's when we don't deal with our own junk that we really appear untrustworthy.
Exactly.
It's like, you over there, no. And honestly, that's how I feel the most time. The reason I felt so much I trusted Frederick was he felt safe to me.
And if you're trying to rebuild your trust, it can happen, but just remember, you got to do it by the droplets. It's not going to happen overnight. Just be consistent. Keep showing up and keep showing that you're in it to rebuild it, and you want to rebuild that trust, and just be patient and allow the other person to just let you back in.
Let you back in. Anyways.
Guys.
Look at guys.
This was fun.
This has been fun. A fun coffee date with you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we are enjoying having these conversations.
Yes. And we're praying for you guys. And comment below if you guys anything you guys want someone to pray for you for. And we got you. We got your back. If you can't, you don't have anybody else you can pray that's praying for you. We'll pray for you. And
we will pray for you.
We love you guys, and we'll see y'all again real soon.
All right.
Maybe at one of those Tough Mudder Spartan races.
Yeah. Never. I will never do that.
Nah, you ain't gonna catch me there.
Oh, my earring.